Welcome back to Green Bee Explorer. My name's Alyssa, and you're probably wondering, why do I have a helmet on? Well, I was on a bike ride through the neighborhood, and we're over by the Rouge River, just biking by, and we discovered a giant fence-like collection of wood right by the river. And while I was here, I saw a log tossed up in the air, and I yelled, "Beaver!" But there was no beaver. So I actually met a good friend, his name is Glenn, and he was helping to clean out the river. Earlier there was a storm that came in that flooded the whole thing, and he took many days to dig all of this out to help the river flow again. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step of what he did to get this clean. It's incredible, and some fun facts about the river you can learn, and just the beauty of creeks, rivers in general. So definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope you like what you're seeing. I'm here with Greg, and we're looking at the Rouge River, Beverly Hills Creek. And we recently had a huge storm. It lasted about a day, and the water got about halfway up what you can see right now. And unfortunately, Greg had to dredge out all of this. If you look to the side, we see these logs were just cut, thrown in the river. We have broken branches that just flowed down during the storm. More branches, and he has spent the last few days taking all these cut logs and broken branches out of the river to help it flow again and to keep it from damming up his neighborhood. And I truly appreciate what he has done here. It's completely volunteer. And the city will eventually come in and take this and turn it into mulch, and turn it into the mulch that they will put in a local park. But I want to talk to Greg a little bit more about what happens here. Greg, I have a question. I see a lot of rocks collected here. It almost looks like a little right angle inside the Rouge. What is the purpose of that?
To drive the water to the inside of the river here, to keep the silt from filling up the tunnels 1 and 2 here, to keep a very good flow. You can see how fast it's flowing and how hard it's flowing. This forces the main part of the river over this way to keep it open.
I see that, yes, the right hand side is flowing much slower and the water is much lower there, but looking on the left hand side, the water flows a lot faster and it's a lot deeper there too. And have you done that in the back too, or is that just natural?
Nope, there's another one further up there where that one tree is sticking out. There's also a bunch of rocks there that are pushing the water once again, heading to the right side or east of, keep that water flowing this way.
Wow, and you did all that by yourself to help the river flow a little bit
Yes.
better.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Wow, I appreciate the work you put into this. And how many have you, just once in a blue moon you have to do this, or?
No, I do this a few times a week just to get in there and keep it cleaned out and stuff like that. So I'll actually go up the river and bring stuff back to chop it up before it gets down this far, because I don't want it all piling up all at one time, and then I'll have a hard time getting at it.
Okay. Now, being near a creek, is there a lot of mosquitoes? Like, does it get bad?
No, as long as the water's flowing in all 4 of the tunnels here, there will be no problem with the mosquitoes.
So you've had no mosquitoes unless there's a slight dam in one of the...
If the water stands still, then we'll get a lot of mosquitoes. Other than that, no more than anybody else.
Wow, that's great to learn. And I myself, I love creeks, so I would probably definitely be down there too, if not trying to catch some minnows to salamanders. But yes, if I knew the creeks, rivers needed this kind of help, I would be in there as well. And it's something to learn and do. Thank you.
No problem.
We are down in one of the tunnels. They're pretty big, and unfortunately I don't have my correct shoes on to look or step in, but this is 1, 2, and 3 are right there. And again, like you said, the one on the far end is flowing a lot faster than the one closest to me. Very helpful information. This is a look at the other side of the creek, Rouge River I should say, and there is a lot of silt back up on this end, so it's flowing a little bit slower. But being right next to the water, you hear that calming sound of just the water trickling and running through. Very relaxing. I'm going to sit here for 1 second and just let you hear that sound just coming from these little rocks. Might hear a car drive by. Unfortunately, that happens. But you can even see the storm took down a nice healthy branch in the distance. But that day it stormed, it rained all day, and it wasn't little raindrops, they were very heavy. Some of it came down as hail. Small hail, not too much to damage your cars, at least from what I've heard. But we'll back up here, you can see a little bit more. Hear the nice cars drive by. Always like those natural nature sounds. So how did we stumble across all this? It was because we were biking. Just biking by, we saw Greg, and while we were biking, we saw all this piled up wood. So we looked down, and during that, Greg tossed up a large log from the Rouge River, and I yelled, "Beaver!" and got a good chuckle out of that. And that's how we ended up talking and learning about what happened here. Still walking along Greg's property, I actually he has a nice garden that borders the very top of the Rouge River right here. I see some coneflowers, the pink ones. I see some milkweed right here. And it looks like maybe some low black-eyed Susans. And this is we're getting into the end of October. This is probably the no, not October. I misspoke there. August, end of August. We're in the last day of August, and this is what's still blooming in Michigan at the time. So there's a lot of plants in here. I don't quite know what they are, so definitely comment if you're familiar with any of these plants. This looks like a very low ground cover. I'm gonna guess a hosta, but don't quote me on that. But keep going here. See other plants. I'm not sure what this is either. Maybe if oh, it has a smell to it. Yeah, it's definitely like a sage or a mint. Yeah, that one smells really good. But this helps keep the property as well. Oh, I do see lamb's ear all the way in that back corner. Do a little close up here, but I can also walk up to it for you as we look around. Any of these plants that you're familiar with, definitely make a comment about it. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are they helpful? And we'll get over to the lamb's ear right here. I love these. They're lovely, lovely little accents in your garden. So we'll take a look in the distance and you'll see yellow flag irises. Those are water loving, very water loving. Definitely plant them by water, in water, and they will bloom during the summertime. Beautiful. They look just like irises but yellow, and you will really enjoy those, and they're great for helping hold creeks down like you see here. You can see that they stick out and perfectly fine. And then on the very top we also have a birdhouse, and the one that likes to live here loves to sing. So great to have birdhouses there as well. So cool. Just a very nice property right here. I just had to pan back slowly again to see everything that comes out of the Rouge River. Some of the pieces are actually kind of works of art. I could see myself just putting this in my garden. Just a nice aesthetic piece. You can see just cut nearby. It all just flowed down. Even some of them have a little bit of a smell, but it's not a bad smell, so don't think that kind of thought. But we have a nice close-up. I'll get a low close-up. But this would actually be a really cool fence. Just having this on your property. So we'll keep going. Give you a close-up look at all some of the very long time of water-soaked woods. So this is so pretty. Some more of the fresh cut woods that must have been taken during the storm, possibly. If people didn't just cut them and throw them in, which you should not do. Please, please do not do that kind of stuff.